Hi. I got back from vacation about 36 hours ago and just felt a little pull. In today's video, I'm going to show you if I found anything in an impromptu, spontaneous trip to the thrift store. And we'll see what we can flip for profit. Come along. I couldn't think of a better way to get back into full flippity-flipped mode than to just take a little trip to the Goodwill. This is my favorite Goodwill store here in Calgary. So we're gonna go in and check out the shelves. Haven't been here in many weeks. Let me give you an overview of this store. It's pretty big. Got a lot of clothes, of course, shoes back there. Over here's my favorite handbags. Let's get a cart and start getting in there. So there's a lot of pretty scarves, and I actually like how they have them displayed, but I don't think I'll be getting any at $6 each. You can see those scarves kind of go on and on, lots and lots, but I think $6 is a little high unless you're finding something, you know, really brand name. Not sure scarves are a huge seller. That is a pretty one. Whew. Belts are similar. There's not a huge selection at this particular store, but they are all, well, look at this. I thought I was gonna say $4 each, unless otherwise marked. So they probably do look them up, and if they see, you know, a brand name, they're priced a little higher. So I usually don't spend much time here. Quick glance, that's about it. Okay, I found 3 belts that I thought were worthy of looking up. This one is a fun green suede, as you can see, and it is made in Spain, leather, Carlo Mariotti. Now, when I looked up this brand, there were none listed, and none sold. So I'm on the fence about this, because when you don't have a recognizable brand name, and it's a size small, I think it said. Yes. So even at $4, I think we're gonna leave this because it would probably be a pretty long seller. So we'll put that back. And then we found this one, which the buckle, of course, caught my eye. And it's not genuine leather. It's obviously a shiny sort of patent leather. And it is French Connection. So the made in Italy is what prompted me to pick it up. Size small again. And there were a few French Connection belts listed, but I think only one sold. So again, not the greatest sell through, and again, a size small. So I think we'll put that one back too. The one I'm thinking about getting is actually this one. So it is one of the special priced ones. You can see here $7, but it is very nice brown leather. You can see here it is Martin Dingman, I think that says, and it is genuine saddle leather made by hand in America. It doesn't have a size on it, but it has got this, what do you call this? Like a stamped detail all the way on the whole belt. And when we go down to this end, you can see not too much wear. It's a nice shape. So I think even at $7, when I looked it up, there's something like 260 something listed. When I filtered down to genuine saddle leather and I put in the keywords handmade and USA, then it narrows it down significantly. And there's over a 50% sell-through rate in anywhere from $40. So I think even at a $7 buy-in, this one's a keeper. Here's the handbag section. So you've got this first part, and then there's a little part down there. I'll pick some out and see if we've got anything worth picking up. First, I'm gonna give you the tour of what I didn't pick up. So you let me know if I missed anything. She's cute, but I see some marks there and some wear, so no. Love the colors on that one, but it's very light. Haven't really heard of this before, but it feels like not great, not leather. Did I see this one already? This one's interesting. Kind of like a puffer jacket, but in a purse. I'll open it up and see what brand we have. Okay, LA Express, made in China. So even though kind of cute, go with a puffer jacket in the winter. Not gonna pick that up. Actually, what is interesting, what are they asking for it? $6.50. Nope. I don't know how much it was in the retail store, but that's a little too much. I never sleep on little bags. Things like this little mini backpack. Love. But it is Claire's, which is a very inexpensive accessory store in the mall. Let's see what else. Something like this. Oh, I thought the whole thing was canvas, but it's not. So, Company, and it's not leather. So no, not leather, not leather. I have a good friend, favorite color is orange, but don't think that's her style. And I don't think there's anything in here. Nope. So interestingly enough, Nathan and I are starting to think about our garage sale we're gonna do in August. And we've set a threshold. Anything in my inventory, in my death pile, that is not going to be, that can't be listed for higher than $15 is the absolute minimum, is automatically going in the garage sale pile. So clearly I need to bear that in mind when I'm picking up anything. This looks interesting. So I took a look at it. It's a nice black tote bag, and I thought maybe this little hang tag would hold a secret, but it's just blank. Thought maybe there was a secret fancy logo under there, but nope. Some smaller bags. Pink, inexpensive. This one is kind of cute with this corduroy, but feels very, very light. And when it says the word fashion on it, sometimes that means it's not necessarily fashionable. XX was Mex, which I don't know if that's still being made or if that's discontinued now. I like the strap on this one and even the style, but super, super light. Very inexpensively, cheaply made. This is interesting, but I don't know if that's, I don't think that's real leather. And then this decorative element always catches my eye in case it's Brighton. This one is not. So nothing of note. That's why those are still hanging there. Sneak peek, these are the ones that I have to look up in my cart. So we'll get to that in a minute. Then we have cosmetic bags, wallets, smaller little clutches, things like that don't hang on the rack. This one's cute. I do like the bamboo handles. It is Relic, which, if I'm not mistaken, is related to Fossil, like a lower price point for the Fossil. So there you can see Relic. But I think, even though I do think those bamboo handles are cool, you can kind of see there it's not leather. So I think we're gonna definitely leave that one, even though it's cute. Not buying cute, right? So nothing really good there. Other things I looked at, passed on. Again, something like this is interesting. This one was American Eagle Outfitters, so not gonna bring a high price point. This one was cute. It's a little, I think you call that tooled leather. Little crossbody from Chile. I've actually been to Chile a number of years ago to see a mountain range. I'm trying to think of what it was called. Torres del Paine, I think. Yes, that was the mountains. Look at these colors. Orange, purple, red. Color to go with every outfit. Now this one I did look at as well. And it is, how do you say this? Tignanello. And I actually really personally like this brand. I have a number of their bags. The red vintage leather one that I carry all the time. It's like a tote or a bucket bag. is this brand. I've bought it many times at Macy's over the years, but I think, what were they asking? Why did I leave this? Yeah, $10. It's nothing overly special, kind of small. You can see some issues there, so no on that. This is kind of like got a Dooney and Burke vibe to it, but it's clearly not. Again, some colorful stuff. This kind always kind of makes me look twice as well. This sort of a quilted, but this was New York and Company, which again, maybe a Macy's thing, brand I've seen there. And nothing really exciting for $7 buy-in. So again, just more kind of the standard stuff. Nothing too outrageous that I left behind, unless you tell me otherwise. Some totes. Not leather. Not leather. This one I quite liked, actually. It's a black. I'm trying to think who was the maker on this one. And what I like about it, here we go, Stella and Dot. Voila, you're gorgeous. I like this little cross strap that you can button so that you can make it more like a purse, sort of hobo or bucket bag kind of a style. But then if you undo that, it actually becomes like a wider, more roomy tote bag. If I can hang that up, show you. So it's quite roomy, but I don't think it's leather. If I look at the inside, it's kind of, well, it almost does look like. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Tucked myself into it now, as I was telling you why I wasn't going to. That could be a good one for personal. We'll check it out. And then the end of the rack here, end of the line, a few more. It's kind of almost like a tapestry type of look. So that's what I left behind. Now, these racks did deliver on brand names and style, in my opinion, but I have to look them all up and see if they're worthwhile. So this does have a mark. I will take that into account, deciding about this Stella and Dot. Then check it. Lulu, big gym bag, weekender, overnight bag. Quite a good size. However, $25.50. And what I forgot to tell you was the color of the day. Where is that? Oh, right over here. 50% off white. This entire cart, actually in this entire section, I've only found one item with the white tag. Now, it is the last day, so makes sense, it's picked over. Anyway, I'm gonna look this up and see if this Lulu bag would be worth paying $25. Highly doubt it. Now, this is more just about my own curiosity. It is not leather. It has this little, I guess, hang tag on it. Actually feels very inexpensive, but here's the name. Saks Fifth Avenue. So that had me curious, because sometimes things you think are nothing, when they're from a store such as Saks or Bloomingdale's or something, can be something. So probably not worth $8, but I'm going to check it out and see. Then Kipling. This is a brand I've done well with, and things have sold fairly quickly. $14 for this little guy. Definitely got to look that up. Now, this is not a brand I would ordinarily pick up necessarily, Aeropostale, but I just thought this was really cute. It's kind of like a little denim look to it, cotton bag, really nice for summer. So I'll look it up. $8, probably not, but we'll see. This is another Stella and Dot, and it's mainly for research, because I can't remember. I know I've looked it up several times before, but I can't remember if it's worth it. And this was the one and only item I found with a white tag, so it would be $3.50. So we're gonna check it out and see. Then I'm excited about this one. I told you I always look for that silver kind of detailing. This is in fact a Brighton bag. I knew it the second I saw it. So check out these really nice, heavy silver handles. You've got this little heart charm. The faux sort of croc red color. I think this has a lot going for it. So they want, $7. So that's almost definitely going to be a pickup, but we'll check for sure. What else we have? Caboodles. So again, this is like for, I think, cosmetics and things like that. This one is $5.50. So depending what these sell for, because I think they would sell, we'll see. Then this was more of an interest pickup. Kind of a neat logo to it. And it's corduroy black, fairly basic, kind of minimalist, with a shoulder strap. So we're gonna see. It is priced at $4, so lower cost. This one again is another brand I want to just learn about beside you. So I know there's other brands like Pack Safe, things like that, in this sort of a similar travel bag, really durable style. So we'll see how this one looks in terms of resale. $6.50 right now. Then there's this. This one is, what's the name here? Beffen. I haven't heard of it before, but this feels like a really nice leather little wristlet. I guess crossbody, not wristlet. And they've got it at, let me see, $7.50. Probably a little too high, but we'll check it out, see what the sell-through is like and what the selling rate is. And then we have a Vera. Always a Vera. This one is a really nice size. It's like a crossbody, almost messenger style. So I'm going to check that out, but I have my doubts. I think they wanted, was it $8? Yes, $8. And typically the resale is kind of low on these unless you get a very specific desirable pattern. So we'll see about that. What else have we got? Oh my goodness. Another Kipling. This one's a little bit bigger. So this one, if you don't know this brand, you got to check it out if you see it. So it's crossbody or just a little handbag with 2 handles. They retail for a lot of money and they can resell decently as well. So $12. Again, pretty high buy, and they know what they have here. But we'll see if that's worth it. This was just more for my own curiosity and just to see. It's a reusable shopping bag, root for trees, new with tags, full cart. So we'll see. It's only $2.99. And then we have this one, Toulouse, branded in 2 places. Has a really good, nice magnetic closure here. So I just wanted to see if this was anything. It is $4, so we'll see. This is a tried and true for me. Lug bags. They're not always worth a lot. I thought this was a nice color. This is a good size bag. The bottom is in nice shape. So we're gonna look it up and see. I've sold a few lug bags already. This one's $10.50 though. So it's gonna have to have a decent sell-through rate and price for me to pick that up. This is a new to me brand, and I picked it up because it's new with tags. It's actually a little purse organizer, and the brand is, oh, here it is, Little Lux. So $5.50, not sure. We're gonna check it out. And finally, the last couple. This looked like nothing. It is Le Sac. So I don't know if it's anything. It's priced at $8.50. Probably not. We'll see. And then this one was the last one I'm going to check into. It is, where's the tag here? Kathy Van Zeeland. And it looks to be in really good shape. I checked all these zippers. It's quite heavy, actually, with all this hardware on it and this sort of faux patent leather in the red. So interesting. We shall see. I have a small one, Kathy Von Zeeland, on my store that I think I picked up at the bins, like about a quarter of the size of this, and it gets a lot of views. I might have to adjust the price because it hasn't actually sold yet, but I wondered about this one because I think these charms are cute. So we'll see. Check it out if it's worth it or not. And this one is priced at $10. So I'm going to check this all out. Got a lot of looking up to do on eBay, and I will report back on each item. So coming back at you in reverse order because I got to start from the top of my now pile. This Kathy Von Zealand for $10 has a pretty decent sell-through rate. About when I put specifically red, there's about a 50% or better sell-through rate, and I found a couple of comps in, you know, relatively similar style that are in the like potentially $50 to $60 range. So at 10, that's going to be a yes. Le Sac is going to be a no. Even at like for $8.50, there's a very slow, almost non-existent sell-through rate, and for only in the $20 to $30 range. So nope. Sadly, as much as I love them, for $10.50, we're gonna leave this lug bag behind. Maybe I'll come back if it's still here on green tag discount day. There's not a great sell-through rate, like I think 7 out of 33 listed, and some going for as low as $20 to $25. So not worth that buy-in price, unfortunately. This here is a MacBook case, and while nice, there's one listed. I think it's new. None sold. Leaving it behind. It's no on this one. None found on eBay, so we'll leave it for someone else. I'm not sure what happened to my backwards order because I went through my entire pile because I thought I lost my prescription sunglasses, and then I realized they're on top of my head. Oh dear. So this Kipling, I didn't even look up because I realized it fits my big iPhone perfectly. So keeping it personal use into the cart. This Kipling I was contemplating for personal use, actually for the same reason before I realized the pink one would actually be better. And then I looked closer inside. You can see we've got stains, so that's going to be a no. And I think they only sell for about $30 anyway, so that's a no. This bag, full cart bag, unlisted, and so I think I'm going to let that go. Otherwise it would end up in the garage sale pile. This is leather, and this Beffin brand has a decent sell-through rate, but we're looking at maybe $25, $30. So at the buy-in of $7.50, not worth it. Back it goes. Here's the scoop on the rest. This Lululemon bag, which I need to examine just to make sure it doesn't have any damage. For $25, I think I'm gonna get it as long as it's in good enough shape. I'll show some comps on the screen, but it's quite possible I could get $100 or more for this. So it's quite a good sized bag. Could be for dance, gym, overnight. It has a laptop sleeve. So big spell out logo there on the back. So I think we're gonna go for it, as long as everything's in working order. So I'll report back if it's not. And then this Caboodles for $5.50. Let me show you what this thing's all about. So it's a travel makeup case. You can see it's in nice shape. It's got the pink lining, the hanging hook. I checked all the zippers, they work. And I think I can get, I'll show some comps, but maybe $25 to $30. So we're gonna go for it. It's not gonna end up in the garage sale pile. It's gonna end up on eBay. Then as for the rest, this is a Saks Fifth Avenue tote bag with this little bee. There was a couple actually sold, but only $10 to $20, so that's a no. This beside you only had one sold, and it was I think $18 or something, so nope. The Vera, as we suspected, there are a few sold with this pattern, and as much as this is a nice size, you know, $10 to $20 with a buy-in of whatever it was, 7 or 8, nope. This actually had a sold comp, this corduroy little tote, but it was like, I don't even think it was $15, so no. This Aeropostale, well, I think is very cute and summery and fun. Again, low sell-through, probably under $20, so nope. And this tote bag, Stella Dot, and this other Stella Dot, also no. A lot of this brand on eBay and not a ton of sales. And then there's the Dilemma. This Brighton bag, super, super cute. There's a couple of ones in black, none in red, a couple in black that are listed around the $80 mark. But look at, this is the issue. See the wear? So do I still get it? I kind of love it even for personal use with this heart. And it is, you know what? It's gonna go in the cart. We're gonna think about it. Can't make a decision yet. Can I fix that with a little, you know, rub and buff something maybe? I don't know. So much to think about. Phew, that was a long time in the purses, but a couple of neat finds. Now you can see shoes. They have a lot of them, but I prefer to get mine at the bins. I've had really good luck there and not at these prices. I like to look through table linens. I found some really nice French napkins, set of 8 or 10 in this store. So you can see placemats. That looks like pillowcases. Cookie Monster blanket. Lots of placemats, which I'm not really looking for. Table runners, things like this. Tapestry. I think that's a table runner too. And what have we here? What are these? Now those are cute. Is that, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Set of placemats, little crab. $3.50. That might be a pickup. I'm gonna look these up. See if that's worth picking up. We're getting into a little bit more bedding. These must be pillow covers. No, 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 not interested, not interested. Little tapestry, something or other. What is this? Oh, let's see. It is Blankets and Beyond. Believe it or not. Oh, look at cute little sheep, I guess. This is my first ever sale, I think, on eBay. Was this exact brand, Blankets and Beyond, which I think is a Canadian brand. Little tiny snuggly thing like this. Now, I'm not seeing a price, so we'll have to ask, but I may have to pick this guy up. It's a little cutie. All right, I'll show you what interesting things I found. A little bit of vintage brass. $5.50 and only one, so no. A lot of candle items. Cute, what is he? Chicken? Rooster? Don't think so. I did look at this. I believe it's probably silver. I don't know what that mark is, like an M. But I saw a similar one listed for $13, so no. Another piece of brass, $5.50. And I have to talk over the music, so I'm right under the speaker. You know what's interesting is I think I picked up something like this before, but I don't think I want that one. Look at this lady. Or Buddha. Is that a Buddha lady? I'm not even sure. You tell me. Statues. I looked at these. I looked into them actually. They have a sticker on this one. Marquee by Waterford Crystal. The only issue is, because I think probably I could maybe get $40 to $50 for the two based on comps. This one is $6.50, this one is $5.50. So $12 into it. But there's Party Light called the exact same thing, quad prism candle holders. So I think that could get confusing for buyers. Is it Marquee by Waterford? This one obviously is. I'm assuming these were from the same donation and probably both. But I just thought, you know what, for $12, no, we won't go there. So again, some interesting items, but only two I found that I will show you that I'm actually going to pick up. Right, I'm hiding out in the back corner. I found this vintage wooden nutcracker, like a screw thing, and it is only $1.50, so we will get that. Then I found this set of 4 placemats, and they are North American wildflowers, the pattern. So 1, 2, are they all the same? Nope. 3, 4, so 2 and 2, and they are $1.50 each, and they are, what is that called? Pimpernel, made in England. And I found a sold comp for I think $30. I saw some going even higher, so perhaps if I use the right keywords, maybe I can get a few more dollars than that. So for $6, we're going to take that. This is for flippity flipped to use in listing. This little hand is $2.50, and I thought how perfect for showcasing rings or maybe bracelets. So we're gonna get that. That's it. I think you've seen everything else. Now I'm just gonna check backpacks, bags, and then maybe super quick browse through the kitchen section. And then I think we gotta get out of here because my phone is almost dead. Here's where we're at. Phone's at 6%. These backpacks are ATC, Authentic T-Shirt Company. They look to be pretty much brand new. There's 2 of them, and they are $2.50. So gonna take a chance on that. Back to school coming up. I think we can sell these for at least $25. This is a Disney Singapore, but missing little sunglasses that are supposed to go here. So I don't know what to do about that one. I think there's a sold comp for about $40, and it is, how much? 4. I think we'll take a chance to get that for just $4. And did we have anything else? I'm gonna have some work to do when I get home, not to contribute to my death pile. Oh yes, one last item. Mountain Equipment Co-op, now called Mountain Equipment Company, MEC. $3. Vintage, since I know from the name. Fanny pack, belt, waist pack. So I think we can probably get $25 to $30 for that. Done. Got a bit of a cart full. Uh-oh. Gotta do my spreadsheet and get them listed as soon as I get home. If you watched my vacation videos, you will know I saw a jellyfish. So when I saw this, of course, and check it, glow in the dark. It was $23 originally, and it is $6.50. So I would be buying this for personal use. All right, nothing makes you stop shopping than when your mode of payment, i.e. Apple Pay on your phone, is down to 2%. So finished up shopping, sunglasses safely on my head, not lost, as I earlier thought. And I'll give you a quick highlight of what I ended up getting. Did put a couple things back. Quick thrift haul here in the car. We got the little Blankets and Beyond cutie little snuggly sheep blanket. We got the Kipling crossbody for myself. Fits my phone perfectly. This paperweight, another personal item, since I just saw a very cool jellyfish. Then, didn't show you this. It's a really cute little cosmetic bag by Soho, London, New York. And it is pristine clean on the inside. Looks like it's never been used. One little spot there, which I'll just spot treat, get out. That was $2.50. I will resell that. We've got our Caboodles travel makeup case. That's for resale. Our little nutcracker. Resale or Christmas gift for my brother-in-law. He likes to crack nuts at Christmas time, so we'll see about that one. Picked up a personal water bottle to add to my collection, a glass one. So that was $3.50. The Kathy Von Zealand purse. There's just a couple little marks on the inside. Other than that, this is in great condition and will go up very quickly on eBay. We got this nice leather belt, the placemats, this belt, I should say waist belt, fanny pack, whatever we call them these days, for $3. These 2 backpacks for $2.50 each, and the Lululemon bag. You guys, I forgot to check it over in the store, paid $25.50 and came out and went, oh no! Turns out all zippers work beautifully. All pockets are intact. There are no rips, no tears, and just a little bit of, wear, some marks. So we're going to give it a really good wash and hopefully get well over $100 for this little guy. So that's my haul. Spent $94, and now we're going to go home and get it all prepped to list. I can spend a lot of time in a thrift store and still only come out with 11 pretty good items. I spent a total of $67 on items I plan to resell, and I've got them all listed in my spreadsheet. I've got probably 3/4 of the listings done in eBay, just needing photos. A couple things need to be just put through the wash. And I plan to list them for about $425. So some good opportunity out there, and I can do what I enjoy doing and not contribute to my death pile if I come right home and get it all ready to go up on eBay. Thank you as always for watching. Stay tuned for our next thrifting adventure. Bye.